Welcome back to another Habs Nation Podcast with the hockey coach Frenchy, directly for the beautiful country of Thailand. One amazing great Tuesday night, October 15, 2024. After the month of October, are you ready for Halloween? We're going to see, ask that question to Enortap a little bit later, if he's ready for Halloween. But tonight, we're going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens. Of course, recap game of yesterday. A little bit was concerned the Montreal Canadiens after 4 games. And definitely we're going to talk about the event de Midab. Today, play a game, score a goal. And then we're going to review the goal again, the Montreal Canadiens yesterday against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Columbus just scored a goal. They take the lead 2-1 against the Florida Panthers. We know that 9 game in NHL tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night with Marco Larrabee at 8:30 p.m. for the notebook of the Montreal Canadiens. And don't miss that show. And Thursday night, we're going to do the game play-by-play versus the LA Kings and run with Kings. The moderator, his favorite team versus the Montreal Canadiens. And Montreal are 2-2 after 4 games. And then don't forget Friday night, fun night. This Friday, honestly, going to review what's going on with the Montreal Canadiens, the recap game of the Thursday night, and then we're going to do the Frenchy quiz and the prediction of the Saturday. So thanks to BG with me during the weekend. We appreciate a lot of people knocked the door. Going to welcome everybody, but a show without him is not the same, and that's the reason he's back in the house after he did the weekly report Sunday night. He's going to talk about something about the Montreal Canadiens. The man, the legend, the gold, whatever you want to call him, he's always here with his smile and enjoy to talking about hockey with all the people in the Habs Nation fans. Welcome back from Toronto in the Caveman. Mr. Enortap is in the house tonight.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation. How's it going, Coach?
Pretty good, Mr. Enortap on the great here to Wednesday morning, October 16. We're getting there. It's getting hotter and hotter. It's getting better. And it's getting also the Florida Panthers tied the game 2-2 right now. Kulikov scored a goal.
I wish we could say the same here. It's getting colder and colder and not hotter and hotter, but that's okay. That's part of our four
I heard
seasons.
like the weather changed in Canada the last couple of days.
Yeah, it's gotten colder. I mean, the leaves are starting to change color now. It's that time of the year, right? What can you do?
And it's getting more people in town by Mr. Enortap. So that's the good news about that. And I don't know. I don't know
That's
how
it.
they make all those cheese in Thailand, but it's crazy. I tell you that. It's yesterday I went to the 7-Eleven with on top, and I finished to work. Was 2:39 or 2:50 a.m. this morning, a couple hours ago, and I was hungry. I said I need to eat something, so I have 7-Eleven with on top. I left 2 minute walking. I ride 2 minute walking anyway. So I go to 7-Eleven, and I stopped and I said, the girl, she's about 22 years old, and yeah, nothing like to protect her. Like you go there, like you open the door at home, like yeah, nothing to behind the glass or the windows or everything. And it's like crazy. Like this is really
You sure?
yesterday. Pay
Are
my
you sure?
attention. Like
Are you sure it
like
was a 7-Eleven you went into?
I'm sorry.
Are you sure it was a 7-Eleven you walked
Yeah,
into?
it was a 7-Eleven. For today, I was at that one. It was the bar was not that one, but I went. But it was is impressive me. It's like it's it's just who they are in Thailand. They nothing happened. They just like they it's crazy when you think about this. Right? I remember was I was in Florida. You go after midnight, and you cannot go inside the inside the store. They put you a window from the outside, like a drive through. Like you pick up you.
Right.
I want a I don't know a sandwich. Right? You go through. It's
Yeah.
crazy when you think about that. So it's
Drive
just
through. Yeah.
impressive by the way that the Thailand people are really. Really good heart and
Yeah,
just a good people.
good friendly people for sure, and very trusting too in many ways.
Yeah. So anyway, I do at the beginning of the show, we're always talking about something happening, Mr. Latap. So welcome everybody. Thanks for being with us. So first of all, Larry Lavalley is in the house, Mr. Latap, from upstate New York.
Hey, Larry.
He's ready now. He's getting there. He's getting there. The suitcase is on the balcony, Mr. Latap, and direction Abination is soon. Abination back in the house tonight. Welcome back.
Hey,
Randy
Abby.
Walkman is in the house tonight. Randy Walkman, I
Randy.
predict the Flame would not win. They win another game, Randy. They play against you
That's
right now.
it.
You have to have a little bit more faith about your team. You write every single day. Philip Brand is in the house tonight. Welcome back. Hopefully doing well, Philip. Ron with Kings, I just mentioned to you, Moderator is in the house. Danny was with us last night, Mr. Natab, by the way. So Danny knocked the door.
Nice. Very nice.
Hopefully see him again very soon. Nicholas back in the house from Sweden.
Welcome, Nicholas.
Randy, I'm telling you now, the Flame are not going to lose 10. I don't think so. The LW is in the house.
Randy's just afraid that they're going to finish 11th or better.
Yeah, he's really nervous about that one. So first course, PLW go with Connor McDavid tonight. Here we go. Hopefully, it will be right. Montreal could play Primo again. The LA since he played Toronto tomorrow first. It could happen right now. We're not going to talk about this for sure. Gary Conway is in the house, the best driver. Roy from Bangkok is in the house. Steven knocked the door tonight. Hopefully, doing well, Steven. He come all the time now. I love to see that for sure. Piano Noville from Arizona is in the house tonight. Maurice Robillard,
Welcome, Maurice.
another Thailand, Mr. Tap. He's a little bit on the south, tiny, something like that, with his beautiful mama. And hopefully doing well. Sorry, another check in the channel for a while. Busy moving into a new house. A lot of upgrade, new AC unit, electrical panel, and things to do. Maurice is very busy, Mr. Tap.
Sounds like a handy person too.
Hey, he's a handyman.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, they call
For
him the
you.
nickname
For
the
you.
toolbox. The toolbox, Mr. Tap. Welcome back, Maurice, by the way. Thanks to see you, my friend. We miss you, by the way. Hopefully doing well, you and your beautiful girlfriend. Gary Conway is back again twice. King of Gamer
Welcome,
is in
Gary.
the house tonight. King Justin, hopefully doing well, my friend. We miss you, buddy. Hopefully your team in the fantasy, calm down a little bit. Don't take this too much. About that, Jordan knocked the door tonight. Welcome back, Jordan. Claude Richard from Ottawa is in the house. AK from Edmonton. He can wait to see the Oilers tonight. Can the Oilers find a way to get a
Come on,
W
Oilers.
tonight?
Come on. Let's
Alan
go.
Barnes, Mr. Tap, is in the house.
Hey, Alan. Welcome.
Welcome back, Alan. Long time to see you, my friend. He said that they are close 7-11 in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Yeah.
There's 7. Closing 7 of them. Wow.
Yeah.
They're all moving to Thailand.
You have to. You have to come here. AK, Nicholas. Actually, I'm in Finland. Here we go. Sorry about that. Coach back to Sweden on Friday. See, it's hard to find Nicholas from Sweden to Finland, Finland to Sweden. We'll see about this. A2 is in the house. Welcome back.
Welcome, A2.
Hopefully doing well, A2. And you have an amazing great day. Always a pleasure to have you aboard, A2. Follow me on my X account on the Twitter, where is Coach Frenchy 10X. You can join me or the Habs Nation, honestly. Joe Palotta is in the house on tap.
Welcome, Joe.
Welcome back, Joe. Joe said, how about Dak, Gallagher, Anderson line? A gritty line, he works hard. You try to get Anderson on the track. You not love Gallagher, true wire. Really, guys, getting Dak some space out there. Yeah, possible it can go that direction for sure. We'll see. And I took Georgia, not expect to have to go 0-3, King of Gamer. Yeah, at the beginning of fantasy, you have to be calm. You have to be patient. You cannot have a panic mode. It take a couple of 2-3 weeks, and then your team come back normal. So don't panic about anything about that whatsoever. I don't panic. I already trade one player yesterday, so. But
So did I.
I gave back a Roger McCordy, Mr. Laptop. He was held to scratch yesterday and did not do well since the beginning of the season. So I took Marcus Hohenson playing on the second line with the Walls. So
Right. Right. Not
uh,
bad. That's a
I
good
think it
thing.
was the right things, the right move to do. So we'll see. Jimmy Beam is in the house tonight. Hopefully
Welcome,
you're doing
Jimmy.
well. Yamo, here we go. Yamo knocked the door. I beat Yamo last week. I was happy about that.
It's okay, Yarmo. He doesn't mean it.
No. It was just to tell you a bit. Man. Usually he beat me a lot. So, but I don't have a good team in front of tap. It would take a lot of. I have to go around. The good news, I have the New Jersey Devils
You're gonna
goaltender.
you're gonna have to retool a little bit.
Oh yeah, I have to do it. Yes, I need Maurice Robial toolbox, Mr. Tap, to helping me to the fantasy hockey about that one there. Mr. Tap, we're going to surprise everybody. We're not talking about NHL at all. Nothing happening around. We're going to go straight to Montreal Canadiens, if you don't mind, and talking about it.
Let's do
Sam
it.
knocked
Yeah.
the door tonight. He's always so happy when he beat me. Yes, Yamu, you're sorry about this. It will still have that cooking and meat would be a better duck. I don't know about that, honestly. Cooking and meat not doing well again with the Canada Hurricane, but we'll see what happens. Potato to cheese. Yeah, I know that, Yamu. Let me check about this night game on the program. It's on top. Tampa Bay they lead 2-0 against Vancouver Canucks. Capitals surprise the
Yeah.
Golden Knight. We're now 4-2, Mr. Top. The Hurricane lead against the Devils. Here we go. You can see now I'm not very good. Hurricane lead 2-1. Now check if it's not Kokanemi score a goal. I'll be surprised about that
How
one.
were how, how were our predictions on Saturday, Coach?
I didn't look
I did
how. I didn't look the
I
result
did
yet.
I think I was 8-7 or something.
Or
It was bad.
not many people
Bad.
have a very good one, honestly, about that. The Nashville Predator came back with 2 goals to tie the game 2-2 against the Kraken and top. So here's what we got,
Nice.
Mr. Top. Let's go on the what we want to talk about tonight. And let's see what we got. The recap game is on top between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal lost by the score of what? 6-4. And what we got for you, Mr.
Six
Top, I
to
did a
three.
bit a resume of what I think, and then you can go a little bit deeper. And I'm going to show you a little bit what happening. But look, Montreal Canadiens was not ready at the beginning of the game. It took 30 minutes before they make a shot on the net. So you can see
Yeah.
the preparation, the team, the player was not there unfortunately against the Pittsburgh Penguins. I don't know, they took the Pittsburgh a little bit light, or they was not, they was confident because what happening again Ottawa was going to be easy. But honestly, did not start the right foot again. The Pittsburgh Penguins. So the Pittsburgh scored 2 goals, take the lead 2-0, and then Montreal came back with 3 goals to take the lead 3-2. But obviously, a late goal, the second of the game by Lost Heller at the second period, tied the game 3-3, and then the third period, everything fall apart. Montreal gave 3 goals, and then they lost again yesterday. I said 6-4, but it was 6-3. Anyhow,
6-3.
for me, for Martin St. Louis and what I heard from different experts during the day, bad execution. When I said execution, the passing behind the players, the passing between the skate, it was nothing. It was organized between the defensemen forward most of the game. The bad decision making, when I said them, I'm going to review the goal of the Pittsburgh Penguins the next couple of minutes, and you're going to see why I want to say about the bad decision. Sometimes with the puck, without the puck, on how they read the play. Really bad decision, not from a specific players, but for all the players around the center tap. So
Yeah.
that's something happening. Uh, Face off. That face off again yesterday. Only Tevorek have a good game out of the face off. Overall, Azuki at 40, 25% for Jake Evans, and 25% for Kubidok. The second line, no chemistry there. They struggle. We'll talk about this a bit later. Savard, really bad game yesterday. Was maybe his worst game. Savard, it was slow. It was behind the play. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing. 4 game and 6 night for Savard. Not easy, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely. he's getting on in age, and sometimes he's left to cover some mistakes that are made, and yesterday he was a victim of those mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely about that. And then I would say the Poussey, we have to finish with Poussey, Mr. Tap. We talk about the special team Montreal Canadiens score for the fourth time of the season, a goal on the power play. And the PK, it was the stop, the only power play of this. Yes, Austin -4. I can go away, but I will let you give you what you think about the game of the Montreal Canadiens yesterday against the Pittsburgh Penguins. And during the time, I'm going to show to you the goal of the Montreal Canadiens. So here we go, Mr. Tap.
Sure. Let's do it. Yeah. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is, after probably their best game of the season against Ottawa, this was, as you said, Coach, a horrible start to the game. I thought that they came out asleep, and the Penguins kind of took advantage of that. They were outshot 7-0 in the first 10 minutes, and then Eller put them on the board quickly. We saw some mistakes being made from the defensive core. I still don't like that combination of Barron and Jack-Eye, even though it's the third pairing. That has to be addressed. I think we have to get Struble in there as much as possible moving forward. The other thing is, they kind of recovered a little bit in the second period. I thought that they kind of it's like the first 40 minutes was a tale of two different games, like where the Penguins really sort of dominated the first period. But I thought that the Canadiens were much, much stronger in the second. But when they came out in the third, it just seemed like they played as if they were down in the game score-wise. And they took some very ill-advised opportunities and chances that kind of cost them at the end. And they got, a couple quick goals. I thought that third and fourth goal were the tough ones for them to recover from. It just it put them in a situation where they just don't have the firepower to keep coming back from deficits like that. Once in a while is fine, but in the third period, like I said, I thought they were outplayed by Pittsburgh, and full credit to Pittsburgh because they're an older team and they still had their skates in that third period, and Montreal didn't. And the result is what it is. It's unfortunate, Coach, that it's a team that if Montreal has aspirations of eventually getting in the playoffs, this is a team that you have to surpass. I mean, we talked about the Atlantic Division teams, and that's totally valid. But Pittsburgh, the Washingtons, the teams that are slowly on the way down, these are the teams you have to eventually beat. I know it's one game. Let's not rush to make harsh judgments here yet, but there's a couple of areas that we're going to need to address, and we'll see if Martin St. Louis does in the next game against, I believe it's the Islanders, right? Next one.
Yeah, honestly, it was, Juan Martin Louis said it was the second best period of the year. I disagree with him about that, but uh, it's a team. I don't know who said that yesterday. Never quit. They come back after a deficit 2-0. A big goal power play by Kaden Coley to cut the lead by 2-1. They came back stronger at the second period. Emil Eneman scored a goal that I think was 2-2. And then you have the Slafkovský goal for the great pass on Nick Suzuki, cut 3-2. But unfortunately, a bad decision making by Justin Barron and Mike Madison, following by the three forward Slafkovský, Suzuki, and Caulfield with no move, not anticipate to become a defenseman. Turn around with that gave the goal. And Montembeau was not great on that shot on the third goal of the game, tied the game. And then after that, I think with the momentum of Pittsburgh, and the people, the chance, oh, they are old team. They're going to be a little bit fatigued for the third period. But honestly, we forgot it was the 4 game for Montreal Canadiens 6 nights. They have a really they have really hard schedule at the beginning of the season, Montreal Canadiens. 4 games of 6 nights right away at the beginning of the season. It's not easy. They're going to be another game Thursday night. But the good news, they play only 3 games now in the next 11 games. So they play Los Angeles, Islanders, and then the New York Rangers. So it's, what I mean, it's a little bit easier for them. But still, you can see Montreal Canadiens have a lack of the chemistry of the third period. You can have a big strength. That's the reason they went for the score. They beat Montreal yesterday, the Pittsburgh Penguins. A lot of
Ultimately,
comments in the
coach,
chat, by the way.
if at the beginning of the year I had said that after the first 4 games Montreal was going to be 2-2, would you be happy?
Well,
Given the
it's
games that they have
yeah,
to
but I
play,
would say you the 2-2 and now it could be 1-3, right?
or
It
it
could
could be 3-1.
no, no. Um, I don't think so. Did not play well. If you look about this, right, they got dominated by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like
Uh,
48 shot
it's
missed on
cer-
tap. The puck
yeah,
position, honestly, was always they play a solid first period, and then everything fall
yes,
apart the
yes.
second period, the third period. I think the show was 26 or 28 or 29 versus 13. Samuel Montembeault get
Was
everything
the
there.
answer? Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's game there. Boston Bruins, whatever they gave, score 4 goal, they never been good enough to win that game. They was struggling on the defensive side. You can see many mistakes on the defensive side. The forechecking was not there. The forecheck of the Boston was there. But again, Boston was a little bit, the first game was swimming. You can see after that, swimming was ready. It was a game they could win, but not because the play. It's just that Boston Bruins was not played very well. So I did not like
Mhm.
that game over there. The Ottawa Senators, this is maybe the best game of the full game. It was really good on its front asset of the game. They did not give any chance a lot of Ottawa Senator. I think they have only two chances in the middle and the front of the net, and then the Tim Souza scored the last, after 3-0. At the end of the game, this was the game they deserve it. Yesterday, whenever they come back with 3 goals, they're struggling most of the time. Like I mentioned, you can see the result and the way 6-3. So if you think about this, you look about they are only 1-3, but on the 12th period, I would be generous. I want to be generous. I think Montreal play only 4 good period and maybe one more. That would be 5 max. That's not good enough, Mr. Enortap, to become
No.
a team in the mix about that. We're going to go a little bit deeper. Why I said that, what the reason we're not struggling about the Montreal Canadiens, but this is not the perception of see only. If you don't watch the game and you don't watch the game again, you just say, oh, they're looking good. They are 2-2 after 4 games and they're going to be fine. But if you go a little bit more deeper, whatsoever the special team is excellent, in my opinion. I think the excellent is good to
Well,
see that.
that's
Uh,
the thing. There's definitely some positives and definitely some areas of concern that have emerged in these 4 games. So you're right. The special teams have been very good so far. I wouldn't have expected it so much with the power play, at least not at this level yet. The PK has been pretty much impeccable.
it's funny because you have some good things through the full game, right? The performance of
Yes,
Gaden Coley, the Simon
yes,
Montembeault, anyway, whatever happening yesterday, you have a okay game. You don't have like a bad game yesterday. It was an okay game. You don't have a great game like you did the first 2 games. It was an okay
right.
game. So you can see that. The 4 goal of Cole Caulfield, that's pretty good.
Hmm.
The 4 point of Caden Coley. Whatsoever, Uras Cassie does not have a great year like every game,
Much
or
better yesterday.
he didn't reach his full potential, or the same play we saw last year. I don't see this Slafkovský yet. You have some flash left and right, but he's not there yet. He still have 4 points for a game.
Right.
Then you have Lane Hudson, whatever you have -4 yesterday. You have 4 points and 4 games. So you can look about something. Surprise or Oliver Kapanen, not too bad at all. Eamon Element have a good game again
Anderson,
yesterday. Second goal, back-to-back game. Gallagher have a 2 goal against
Gallagher, yeah,
the Boston Bruins. Yeah, Josh Anderson, whatever, have only 1 goal, maybe one goal.
one
He,
point.
he
Yeah.
delivered a lot of good game overall for the Montreal Canadiens. So you look about those kind of situation.
Jake
But
Evans.
Jake Evans, yes, on the PK,
Mhm.
but
But he's
face-off
been
wise, he's
consistent.
struggling.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
he have better. better at what at the four line. I think he promote at the third line. So I would say yes to you, but you need to maybe the details of the game on the PK is good. Only the face off is struggling. That's the only son that said that.
Mhm.
He's not the only one. All the players at the center Montreal struggling right now on the face off. So yeah, I would say to you yes about that. So anyway, overall, I think Montreal Canadiens, Sam Reinhart scored another goal, Mr. On top 3-2. His fifth goal of the season already for Sam Reinhart.
Wow,
Did he
great
just
year.
sign a contract at 8 million, something like that?
I don't remember the amount, but yeah, it's very close. Very
Yeah.
close, I think.
And the Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Canucks 3-0 so far. So
3-0.
a
Okay.
lot of people in the chat, guys, you're talking about this. John B is in the house. Welcome everybody. Nicolas de Gobi Bono is in the house. Don't forget, please, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. Now, of
I
course,
think,
-4 for the Montreal Canadiens, but I want to show to you guys the full goal of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Why? Because sometimes when we watch the game, it's easy to point one players, and that's all. When I said they have bad execution, Mr. Enortap, yesterday, it was bad, like all the team together. So I'm going to see if I have this one here, Mr. Enortap. This is the first goal of the game. Look what happening there. Slafkovský around the board, but look David Savard right there at Uni. The
yeah,
first line went out, they got cut on the board, right? And then David Savard, can someone explain to me what he's doing? He's looking for what? The contact
he's
lens
picking
of
up his.
Unturned on the
Yeah,
ice. What the heck was going on there? I don't know, but Mr. Tap, this is
he
not the
blew a
play
tire.
hockey. I don't know. But how can you diving on the neutral zone? What happening, Mr. Tap? Great play by the Pittsburgh. You use the board. Now, Lennartson's coming there, right? You have the decision. Now, everybody, look, the first line now, very deep right there. Lennartson played the puck right there. I wish Lennartson did not go over Eller. He would play better on angling. But still, right there, and you have a goal there. Now you can see the play Montreal late on last Eller and Montembeau. It was a bit more deep in the crease on that goal. I give that. Hudson, at the end of the day, it was not his fault, but he got a -1. Are you agree with me?
Yep,
Okay, let's
I
move on,
agree
guys.
100%. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Josh Anderson got a puck on the board. For some reason, Josh decided to return the puck to Lane Hudson. Lane Hudson tried to kick the puck with like a baseball player's batters. He missed the puck. Now you're going to see on the board, the Pittsburgh Penguins going to recover the puck, go behind the net. Hudson battle with Michael Bunting. You can see Raquel. Look, Josh Anderson from the board. All right, he did not play. Savard is going to join Malkin, but
He's
Anderson
just
switch,
protecting
sleep on the
air.
switch, lost his man. Montreal play a man to man, and you have a goal there. You can see Kapanen, but it was not Kapanen on that one. It was really Josh Anderson. On that one, the third goal of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, at the right corner, Mr. Tap, is Justin Byron and Mike Madison. Can you see that?
Yes.
And then in front of net,
Yes.
you have Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki. The problem, one or two should realize before that there was a 2 versus 2 of the both defensemen. Suzuki and Caulfield sleep on the switch. Only Slafkovský stay at the blue line. You have a turnover there for the Montreal Canadiens, and then the puck go outside the zone. Now it's Slafkovský, Mr. Tap. I don't want to blame him, but he's looked like more like a yellow cone, right? As a defenseman. And now Madison's coming. Now, what happening here, guys, is he got beat and he got shoot over the glove. That's what another Manitoba should stop about that. This play, guys, is really interesting to see. Montreal Canadiens is deep in the zone, around the board. Somehow it got pinched by Achiri. Try the puck on the
Yeah.
back ends outside. Now the play move up at the front at the Carlson. Look, Jacky now. Jacky is on the left side of Montembeau. You have nobody to watch. Now look about Armia. Last his man in front of the net. Savard got beat in the corner. The puck go back at the line, shoot the puck in front of the net. And now Montreal Canadiens, both defensemen are in front. Jacky loses his man, and that will give the goal number 4. On that one, guys, and this is it's Lane Hudson. He tried to pass the puck to Suzuki in front of the net. That create a turnover. Now we have Caulfield, Slafkovský, and Zuski on the same side, and Mike Madison at the blue line. First of all, Lennartson should not send the puck there. It was a bad option. He should have the safety option is on top, a 4-3, use the board, return the puck from the board, but he tried to get Suzuki. Suzuki lose the puck. Now we're on outside. Look, Caulfield, Slafkovský there. If you are reading the play, Mr. On top, the three players focusing on who? Only one player with the puck. And that's what the problem there. They knew Lennartson, he was on the goal line with the puck. He should automatically, defenseman, D. Unfortunately, did not do it. Now, look happening there. Pittsburgh win the battle. Now, Mike Madison take a risky there, 50-50. Mike Madison, he should read the play better and say, wait a minute. All my players are already beat, and I have three players coming. But what you trying to do, Mr. Tap? He played the puck. It's too late. Now, he played a risk. He played 50-50, as I said. He won the ballon, Mr. Tap. It's a good decision. But if you lose, don't give not an open net completely. And Malkin, of course, gave the puck back to Raquel, and he got beat right away there. So, at the end of the day, Mr. Tap, my point of view is the bad decision making with the puck and without the puck. We see the first line have 5 points yesterday. Suzuki 2 assists. Slafkovský 1 point yesterday. I'm sorry, they have 3 points yesterday. Madison have 2 assists, but they're struggling on the defensive side. They have 11 points in the beginning of the season, the first line. But look the details of the game. This is why Slafkovský is not there yet. This is why Suzuki is not there yet. Percentage of Suzuki 44% on the face-offs at the beginning of the season, and I can go all the way like that.
Not good enough. Yeah.
Not good enough.
Not good enough.
This is a great example when we watch the game. Wait a minute. Lennartson finished with -4. First of all, everybody on the end of the game, they got a goal, again, an empty net, they got a minus. So drop at -3. The first goal, Mr. Tap, Hudson is not his biggest problem there. He dropped at -2. Montembeault make a save, no problem there. The only turnover on Hudson is one he created at the goal line, gave the puck to Suzuki. I don't want to excuse Lennartson. He doesn't have his best game, but still, sometimes the minus does not show exactly. At the end, I think Slafkovský finished with a -1. But look what happening on the 3 goal, on the at least 2 goal or the 6 goal. Where they're on the ice, maybe on the 3 goal. So just give you an idea what happening on that, sharing with you. Maybe you can add more if you want to.
Yeah, actually, Slafkovský finished -2, which was even worse. But again, I don't pay a lot of attention to the plus minus. It's a stat that, yes, it gives us some information, but there's other circumstances that come around it. But I totally agree with your assessment, Coach. I think it was more a comedy of errors that were made by collective individuals. It wasn't anybody in particular. Just, taking unnecessary gambles at times, like you said earlier with Savard, sometimes Hudson as well. Like Hudson's going to make his share of errors. I mean, he's a rookie. This is his 4th +2 last year, 6th game that he's been playing at the NHL level. But I mean, for his 1 or 2 mistakes that he makes, he gives you so much more excitement offensively and gives you the opportunity to create offense. Now, having said that, the disturbing part for me was the faceoffs again yesterday. And the second line, because the second line is not in sync. And you need your second line to have that supplementary scoring. If you don't have it, they're going to really be in trouble. And this kind of goes back to what you were saying, where they could easily be 1 and 3. They've been lucky that their third and fourth line have played, quite well and have picked up the slack a little bit. If you look at where the scoring has come from in those first 4 games, the third and fourth line have been the ones that are responsible for it. We still haven't gotten much scoring. Like last year, one of our assets was getting scoring from the back end, right? Our defense was tremendously involved in getting points. So far, we haven't had that. Like we've had Gooley score, and I think Matheson has one as well, but that's it.
No,
and
he's
that
only 3. Yeah, we have only 1 goal.
One goal from Gooley. That's right.
That's
Yesterday.
it. That's all. And then we have 6 goals, Mr. Anton, on the bottom 6.
Right.
And Eman
And
2.
and
And Eman 2.
and Heineman too.
Gallagher
Yeah.
2. Josh
Yes.
Anderson 1. That's
Yeah.
5. I missed 1.
Did Jake Evans score?
I don't know.
I think
Maybe
he
they have
has one.
5. At least they have 5.
Yeah.
So if you can say about that, Caulfield have
Dvorak.
4. No, Dvorak have an assist. If you consider 4 Caulfield, 1 Slafkovský, 1 Newhook. So
Right.
just give you an idea. So you're right when you said the 4-line help.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what Martin St. Louis does with the second line, but I'm not seeing chemistry. They're not looking good. Yes, of course, we want to give Doc the benefit of the doubt because he's been off for pretty much the entire year, and it's going to take a while for him to get back to the situation, to the same play that he was at before getting hurt last year. But by the same token, like I said, if you're not getting the scoring, you have to do something to adjust the lines. And I don't know exactly what the answer is, but you have to consider maybe for a while, anyways, you might have to put Doc on the wing and bring up one of the centermen to make up the slack. Somebody that can win faceoffs and can contribute a little bit offensively as well. The only guy I can think of that can probably do that is Dvorak. Now, if you want to try that for a while and see how that goes, it doesn't mean that we're going to keep necessarily Doc on the wing, but maybe by putting him on the wing, and if he becomes, he'll have less responsibilities and less on his mind. Like I think he gets more involved when he's on the wing than at center. And so if he can start to build his confidence a little bit, score a couple times here and there, then maybe at that point you can try him back at center. But right now it's just not working, and you can't leave it as it is. You got to get scoring from that second line.
Yeah, sorry about that. Let people talking. Welcome, Rob. Dak need to get back to what is never there, but he played 58 game 2 years ago. He has 16 point and power play of the 38 point he did. So
Yeah.
that's what we're talking about, Rob, for Unturned, where we hope he will reach back what he accomplished a couple of years ago, and what the reason why the Montreal Canadiens select Unturned. So yes, I think was a very big factor about that. For that, a lot of people talk about fun opportunity about what you have to do moving the line. A couple of people, Nicholas Newhook, the center, and Dak at the wing for set 10-15 game. I would think he get the try to better normal line too. Right now, Dak need more game. And yes, you're absolutely about that, of course. So there will be a little bit of recap of the game on 12 Canadian Pittsburgh. I think we did pretty good, Mr. Tap. And
Yeah.
uh, the second line, I know you briefly talking about this. If you look about Newhook, 1 goal. Unturned, maybe 1 assist. Armia, Doc is a -4, by the way. That
That's right.
all 3 together, I believe, are -9 or 10 since the beginning of the season, that line. Every game, yeah, no chemistry. Didn't have many opportunities. And if you want to be in the mix, remember I said a couple of minutes, I'm going to talk about the mix. That, by the way, this is a question of the day, Mr. Tap. After 4 games, Montreal is going to be in the mix of the playoff or the mix of the NHL draft lottery. That's the question of the day. But Mr. Tap, if you look about what happening, the second line play always again the best second line, right? The first line play. Uh, you know, right now PLW talked about the first line one yesterday, right? But if you think about the Montreal Canadiens yesterday, they shut down Jose Duarte, subscriber again as a
Hey,
member.
welcome,
Thanks so much,
Jose.
Jose. Montreal first line shut down completely the line of Crosby. Yesterday, Doc line did not shut down Malkin line. If you go
That's right.
again, the Boston Bruins, the same situation happening with the Unturned line. So what happening if you don't have that kind of line when they don't produce? on the offensive side of the game, and they let the other team dominate. The core C is really low, Mr. Tap. Yesterday, I think Black finished with 18, the lowest of the core C for the Montreal Canadiens, the XGF. I mean, anyway. So this is a big problem for the Montreal Canadiens if they want to be in the mix. They need some offensive on the second line. If you want to have a
Yeah.
good team and the mix and to make the playoff, Mr. Tap, you need a good second line. If you don't have that line, it doesn't work.
100%. Yeah.
Right now, Mr.
Yeah.
Tap, that's the problem we have. We have a first line where they are playing good overall, but we don't have a second line. So we have three line of the third line. That's what we have right now. We that's what we are. So Martin St. Louis is struggling because of that. If you put Alex Newhook as a center, his face-off is the same level like Unturned. Does not change the situation. If you remove Armia, you bring Josh Anderson. At the end of the day, Mr. Tap, just on paper, we have only Unturned. He's not healthy yet. But if he's healthy, he should be a second player, a second line player. We agree together, right? If he's healthy,
Centerman. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But not Newhook, not Armia. And Montreal have to go right now with that line. So when the people say they're going to make the playoff or the people going to be in the mix, for me, it's not realistic at a short term. They will get a W there because of this or this, but at long term, you cannot because
It's
that
not a
line is going to
solution.
give
Yeah.
you approximately, Mr. Tap, 30 goals, 35 goals. And Newhook does not play at the level he played last year. Armia does not play at the level they played last year. And Unturned tried to recover from a full year with no game. It will take him a minimum of 15, 20 games before he reach back his normal health. It's not guaranteed what I just said, but that would take time for him to get there. You put this together, Mr. Tap, Montreal is not on the right position right now to be a mix, a team in the mix of the playoff. I don't see
You
that.
can't. Yeah, you can't. You can't. You gotta somehow get that second line going, coach. That's why, like I said, I suggested just temporarily, just see how it goes. Maybe you bring up Dvorak. At least he can win some faceoffs for you, and that creates possession for you. And that's very important. And you put Doc on the wing. Right now, I'd probably still. It's not ideal. I'll probably leave Newhook there just for now to see how he works with Dvorak and Doc on the wing. But it's something you have to try. You can't. I know you got to cut Doc a lot of rope here because he's been away from the game. I totally get that. But by the same token, you can't take yourself out of the mix after the first couple of weeks of the NHL, 2 or 3 weeks, and that's what's going to happen if they continue in this way.
Yep, sorry about that. Other comments. Welcome back, Mark Elliott. We have also for you. For you was exactly what I was going to say. The same thing for you about that. That shows Mr. Montreal when you rebuild a team, right?
Hmm.
Last year when they heard Unturned get out of the top 6, Montreal have nobody to take his spot.
Exactly.
They fight between Sean Monahan, but again, after that, you have Jake Evan, and then you have, you know what I mean? Like, the line was completely messed up, right? Larry Lavalley, again, subscriber of the
Hey,
membership.
Larry.
Thank you very much, both of you. But also, Mr. Todd, same situation, when we lost Patrick Laine, we don't have another top 6 forward, and we have already, Newhook is not a top 6 forward. Losing him hurt the Montreal Canadiens. The depth of Montreal Canadiens, it's not great on the top 6. Same thing with the Montreal Canadiens on the right defenseman. Montreal Canadiens does not have a great depth on the right defenseman. If you think about this, Cooley it is, but he is a left usually. Savard is not a first pairing, and I think right now
Right.
is a third pairing. Jasper Barron is a third pairing. Whatever David Rebecca would be ready is not a second pairing yet. And Logan Mayu is not there yet. So you think about this, that if an injury happening on the kid Kool-Aid, Mr. Unturned, we are in the trouble
Hmm.
deep, deep. But this is what the rebuild does
Means, yeah.
for a team. They don't have enough asset to cover everybody. This is the reason I think the Montreal Canadiens going to struggling in the next couple of games, and many games, by the way, until they figure out something. So Unturned, you have to take a time. I don't like the beginning of season of Joel Armia and Alex Newhook. They're struggling.
Newhook.
No chemistry together. Yeah,
None.
no opportunity to create scoring goal. It's really hard to watching them, and they got beat on against the opponent team. They take advantage of the lack of the chemistry, and now always someone would say, yeah, but look what happening there. Yes, they have some flash, but I'm talking about consistency. Face off, they
Yeah,
lose the puck, and Mr. Time could be that play on the power play number one all the
I
time,
know.
right?
That's another consideration. I think they should look at maybe putting him on the second power play unit and seeing if that kind of helps out. But you're so right, Coach. Like you have pretty much a shift anywhere between a minute and a minute and a half when they're on. If you're chasing the puck right from the beginning, and the second line of the majority of other teams are also pretty good and are able to put the puck in the net and chase, and that's why they're not getting any chances. Like they spend most of the time chasing the puck, and you can't do that. And it all starts from the face-off circle.
Nick said, Jacky looked like he's last two. As I'm going to say to him, I don't want to talk about this yet.
Yeah. No, we could talk about Jack Eye because
It's
I think
coming
that
soon.
that's
It's coming soon. So it's another
okay.
subject very soon
Yeah.
about that. Then we have Blair. Welcome, Blair. I don't know why this is going there, but it should be over there on the top. Anyway, I will remove this. Mr. Top. Army bad penalty almost every game. Savoir play off. I still stay home on the defense. You can call that what he does. Defense. For you, it believe Montreal will beat Islanders. The guy making loosey pass. For you, why move the power play on the power play has been the best for the last 5 years. I don't think so. We'll move Unturned. For me, the power play is looking good. It's just like people want to move Dach on the winger side. Um, I don't see a big chance on that because he still play with Alex Newhook.
Yeah, you're right about that. But I'm just thinking in terms of his responsibilities until he gets in the form that he's accustomed to being in. Let's see if we can get him to build his confidence by putting him on the wing where he doesn't have to think as much. He also gets involved much more, right? At center, you can tell he's a bit more tentative. He doesn't get involved in the corners as much, or even physically. If you look at the number of hits he's delivered this year, it's a small cry from what he did a couple years ago. So you got to get him going, and once he's going, that'll make a huge difference. Eventually, hopefully in January or so, you get Line A back, and that could salvage that line. But in the meantime, you got to do with what you have, and the answer has to come from within. You can't. There's not very much you can do outside of that.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. A lot of people talk each other. That's great about this. PLW, we missed you last night. You was at the game, but it was a great conversation between N26, I believe, and for you yesterday, Mr. Laptop. I think it was yesterday or Sunday. Between
Sunday, I think. Yeah.
it was funny about that. Mr. Laptop, look like person request that. It's time to talk about this, Mr. Laptop. I will let you talking about this first, if you don't mind, Mr.
Yes.
Laptop.
Which one?
Average
Yes. Let's
guy,
start. Yeah. Yeah.
6 defensemen right now. His 2i is only at 13-18 average. Is -3, 0 shot on the net, 0 goal on the net, only 7-8 and 4 game. Now, the defensive, and I don't want to blame him, only him right now. The defense the defenseman pairing number 3 or the third pairing defenseman,
Not
Barron and
good.
Jacky struggle. The last 3 games, Martin St. Louis had to do some adjustment, put Savard with Jacky and split Barron with Madison. Send that, Barron yesterday had a really good game. Like it was his best game of
Better.
the season. Now I don't say
Yes.
he's a best star, but you have to give credit. He was physical. He made only a big mistake again. Create by Slafkovský on the board, but at the end of the day, Barron he should not. He got almost intercept and Memtabo make a big save with the right pad to save Barron. He was trying to pass the puck to Madison. Otherwise, he was really active with the puck. He was joined the rush. It was really his best game for Justin Barron. If you think about this, Thursday night we play. If Jaden Strouble is ready, what do? You
I don't think you
remove
have a choice,
Jacky?
coach. You have to bring in Struble at this point. If you look at the last pairing of Barron and Jacky, and you know how much I love Jacky and I've defended him, but at this point, I mean, you got to go with the facts, and the facts, even though it's a bad pairing and it doesn't help him out, uh, he hasn't played to the level that he needs to be at, and I think Struble had a better camp than the other two, which are Barron and Jacky. So it's time you bring him in. I think Struble still gives you that certain level of physicality, but more importantly, he's more responsible defensively. He does a good job of clearing the player out in front of the net. And he really doesn't, if you look at his play, he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He doesn't take a lot of chances, but he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And that's basically what you want from a third pairing. You know, guys that will be responsible defensively, and not
But
cost you a goal.
both of them, Mr. Top, struggle. Barron
Who?
and Jacky.
Yes. Right.
And
Yeah.
because of that, he readjusts his line. Coley, Madison, Coley,
And that's a
and
problem.
Hudson, and then you have Barron and Madison. Now you have Barron on the first pairing defenseman. That's not a good news.
Yeah.
So that
No.
third pairing, and I don't blame Jacky over Barron, and I don't blame Barron versus Jacky, right? Both of them struggling against the Boston Bruins. Yesterday again, Jacky missed a guy, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, Montreal, if they bring Starbo, they have to put a defenseman out. That's they cannot play a 7 defenseman, so they're going to have remove one out. If they go by what's going on, Jacky play as a 6 defenseman right now. He played 2 minutes less
Yes.
of what he played last season right now. At 13 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 11 minutes, and the first 4 games. You can see by the action of the Martin St. Louis and Stephen Robles, Jacky is number 6. If you said no, we keep Jacky because we need his presence, right? Because he brings something like nobody bring on the Montreal Canadiens. The Sun King are not an easy team. They are big players, like not like like big player, like to the fight, everything like that. But they are big on the body, right? You get the Kopitar, 6'3", 6'4", I can go like this. And nobody talk. They have a Tanner Jano with the Los Kings, with that
Yeah.
part over there. But if you remove Barron over Jacky, Barron just played his best game of the season. He said, now we'll go to sit you. It's really,
It's not easy.
you know what I mean? Like you
If you go,
sacrifice Jacky because at the end of the day, just Jacky on the and you know how I'm hard on Jacky everything like that, but I can understand his role. I never complain about his role. Is what what his skill is not there yet. He's struggling on the first pass. He's struggling sometimes on the physical, not physicality, but on the shutdown 1 versus 1 or the position. Like yesterday, he lost his man, right? Now, he was not the only player to make a mistake, right? You see Josh Anderson lost Raquel too. But at the end of the day, this is a part of the development of the young defenseman. But when you go there, this is what I'm interested to hear from the people in the chat. What do? Do Do you keep Jacky or do you remove Barron? And yeah, you have to bring Struggle because the defensive Mr. Tap overall, they struggle. Whenever they win 1-0, Mr. Tap, they Savard he blocked about a 19 shot against Toronto Maple Leafs Mr. Tap, and the puck retrieval they was good after the rebound. That was the reason why they're looking good. But Boston was terrible. Ottawa it was okay, but yesterday it was terrible. So you have to figure out something there. So I ask you this question for everybody: what they should do for Thursday night? Is it Savard? But you
Mm,
remove an experience. You know what I mean? Like it's not easy. I don't have the right answer right now. To I just sharing with you, everybody in the chat, and I want to hear from you. I don't want to create controversy or something. I think this is
no,
a
no,
discussion about
it's not
people going
about.
to figure out.
Yeah, yeah, it's not about controversy. I mean, we're just raising issues where we see have a need to address because of the way the defensive play has been. And I mean, if you just go on merit right now, Jack Eye hasn't. And again, I emphasize how many times have I defended Jack Eye for a variety of different reasons. But I mean, you have to be realistic. In these 4 games, he hasn't really been at the level that he can be at, and part of that is the pairing that he's with. It makes a huge difference who you're paired with. If you have somebody that is much more responsible defensively, it allows him to play his game with a little bit more edge and get physical in the corners, not fighting necessarily. That's always there, and it's a presence. Of course, it's valid. But in this case, I think you have to try some kind of rotation, and just see, who's going to step up in these circumstances. And at this point, you can't keep Struble on the bench continuously. You have to bring him on at some point, and I think he merits that opportunity. If you want to sit Jack Eye for the first game, I know Janot brings that physicality for LA, but let's face it, a lot of teams don't want to take stupid penalties, and they're not going to get involved in anything that could cost the team. And, we were seeing it in the preseason, but we're not seeing it in the regular season. The Toronto games, we saw, Reeves didn't do anything. The Boston game, nothing happened there really, just some pushing around, but nothing of consequence. And even the Ottawa game, you would have expected some fireworks. Nothing really happened. The teams are out there to get their 2 points. That's the most important thing. And should something happen, that's totally different. It can be settled in many different ways. But at this point, I think you have to bring in Struble. You have to try him out. I would say, maybe the first game Jack Eye is out, and you bring in Struble, only because of the left right hand pairing that you'll have there with Barron. I think it'll help Barron's game. Like you said, he's played yesterday. I thought he played his best game so far out of the 4. So the you can't really justify taking him out when you look at merit. You could always sit the odd game. You could sit Savard as well if you want to keep the young defenseman in there, but everything comes at a bit of a cost, right? So try different things out and see what happens. But something has to be addressed. You can't go status quo right now.
A lot of people in the chat welcome everybody about this. We'll see. Again, uh, I don't want to be, you know,
Like, you don't lose a lot physically when you bring in Struble. Like, that's part of his game too, and he stands up as well for his players. So it's not like, okay, we're taking out Jack Eye and we're bringing in somebody that's going to get pushed around. Not the case. So you're not losing out that way. I think you're gaining defensively a little bit. So why not try it out?
the problem behind that, Mr. Tap, if you keep Jacky, again, problem is not that. then but you have to put another left defenseman or the right defenseman. Now you have only one right
No,
defenseman and five left defensemen.
no, you still have Gooley that's playing on the right side. You have
No, no,
Savard that's
I'm
on the
talking
right
they are
side.
left defensemen. They are not right defensemen,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? So you have only one shooter right defenseman, and now you use two left defensemen on the right defenseman. It's not like the best scenario to win game usually if you go there. So again, I think this is a problem going happening for the Montreal Canadiens, and it's going to be. It's not about the bad play of Jekai. It's just the situation or the structure of the pairing is not helping the Montreal
Yes.
Canadiens. And that's what
Yeah,
the
and it doesn't
problem.
help Jackeye. Jackeye really needs a good mentor with him.
It's not that surprise late. Well, it's not surprise late, but Eric Kane beat the Devils tonight by a score 4-2.
4-2, yeah, yeah. Good for
Uh,
them.
a really low game, 4-2 again. Washington again Golden Knight. That surprised me too.
Yeah,
The Lightning beat the Canucks. Canucks, mais on top 0-1-2.
I,
Right now, they were losing 3 to
not
1.
surprising.
Without them, comme on top, very difficult.
Different
The
team.
Panthers lead 3-2 against the Columbus Blue Jackets with 5 minutes to go. The Wild take the lead, mais on
4-2.
top 3-0.
It's 4-2, coach. 4-2. Florida.
3-2, right? No, it's just
4-2.
score.
4-2.
It's
Yeah.
just score.
Yeah, I just saw it flashing in front of me
Yeah,
there.
it's just like the
4-2.
NHL. It's just right now. It's just happening, Mr. On top. It's just right
Yeah.
there for that one over there. And then the Wild take the lead 3-0. The Kraken lead 3-2. And the Sharks, Mr. On top, 2-2 against the Star.
Yeah, yeah. They've got a good young team there, San Jose. They're coming along very well.
Mr. On
They
top,
have two very good lines.
Ty Dellandrea score a goal for San Jose.
Yeah.
You know what is the story behind that?
What's that?
About Ty Dellandrea?
No.
He was drafted by the Dallas Star. And then
Oh, yeah,
they let
yeah.
him go to San
Originally,
Jose
yeah,
Sharks. I
yeah,
request me Montreal looking for Ty Dellandrea. I believe he was a first round pick.
yeah, yeah. No, that's true.
So I let a comment, guys, in the chat. Welcome back, David. Welcome back, Sticky. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. We tried to get 50 likes tonight. Nashville going all in this season. Good luck. Yes, I know. Edmonton, Vancouver, Nashville, Mr. Tap,
Nashville, yeah.
Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Well, no, Tampa's been okay.
No,
They
Tampa
won
just play one game, honestly.
yeah, and they won. And they're winning tonight too.
The
So
best the best top 10, I would say to you, top 15, right? Don't worry about them. They're going to find back after 6, 7, 8 games. Look what's happening. It's
yeah,
just a question of time. Be patient with them. Don't worry about that. Buffalo Sabre 1-3. That's a little bit struggling over there for sure. Tampa Bay score an empty net, I believe now. Yes, 4-1. That's not that. But beat the Vancouver Canucks. I have Zilab between the pipe. And I have Max Strom between the pipe. So
uh,
both goaltender, Mr. Tap. My goaltender this year, they're not looking good.
no, but you changed all the points this year for the goalies. Last night, I think I had -6 from my goalies. I had Montebo in there, and he
Yeah.
killed me.
So we'll be interested out there, Mr. Tap. We're not done yet. We're going to talk about who?
Who's next?
Leinartson,
Lane Hudson.
-4. We talk about the -4. What is happening, right? You have the
Yeah.
best and the worst of Leinartson. And I want to talk about Leinartson because I think, like, who was the last player when they touched the puck and the fans was already excited and you can hear the noise, how loud it is when the player touches the puck? Is it Cold Chanuk? Cold Valchuk? The last
Uh,
player, I believe, Montreal, when he came play 5 games and the people was
Ilya Kovalchuk. Ilya
right,
Kovalchuk. Yeah. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I think it's his one. And then after that is what? Piquet Subban?
Subban. Before
Kovarev.
that, maybe. Kovalev, yes.
I
Yeah.
think they are the three player right now, and the two on the since 2000. I can remember. Of course, you can name other players, but I think I know Caulfield was excited, but was not the same way. But Mr. Top, Lennartson, the best of him is what he does on with the puck. Like this is amazing. I do the play by play, and you say,
Super Chat.
we have a super chat, Mr. Top, for you. We did it again. This for you. Thanks so much. We did it for you. Thank you. Thanks so much for the super chat. We take everything into consideration. Thanks so much on that one. Chicago, Mr. Top, 1-1
That's
against the
good.
Calgary Flames.
Calgary, come on. Score a couple goals.
Matt Coronetto scored a goal
Yes.
about that one over there. Now, the best of Leonard Mr. Top is like the guy is amazing with the puck. It's fun to watch. And yes, he made mistake last game. He's going to make mistake again, right? Right? It's a learning curve. And that's the way he's going to do that. He played 24 minutes, Mr. Top, yesterday. He played 22 minutes the game before that. My concern, Columbus scored a goal, Mr. Top,
Oh, they did? 4-3?
4-3 and now with 2 minutes 39 with an empty net, by the way. So congratulations about
Nice.
Spencer and I between the pipe. I'm sorry, I do everything right now. But GVR scored a goal.
Yeah, good, reliable player.
A good PTO.
Yeah.
So what happened with Leonard Sinner? He played 49 game last year, and he played 48 game. He played approximately 2 games per weekend, and a couple of practices during the week. He played 4 games. He's about 20 minutes per game. My concern.
Well, last night I think it was
how you going to
almost
be?
25.
How he's going to be, Mr. Tap, at game number 30, if he continues to play 20, 22, 23 minutes, he's only 160 pounds. You can tell, he's young, 20 years old, the body, but are you concerned about that situation? Or I said, no, it's okay. I don't know. Again, it's just open the conversation here. People in the fan and the chat, what do you think about that? Are you concerned? He played the same number of goal, the same number of the minute, like Mike Madison yesterday.
Yeah, I think the minutes kind of bother me a little bit, and also his size. I know he can create a lot of space for himself and for others, and he's got great instincts out there. I think Martin St. Louis will be very diligent in terms of how he uses him. I don't think he's going to go out there and play him 82 games. I think that there will be, the odd game here and there where he gives him, the old night off and just the recovery session coming out of it. And they have to. Like, he doesn't have the physique that can go that distance, at least not yet, right? It's something that you build, and it'll take time, but he'll get there. And at that point, you don't worry as much, right? But right now, like last night, he almost played, I think it was 24 or something, almost 25 minutes. He was just slightly behind Matheson's time by a few seconds. And you can't have that. And part of it is coming about because they can't rely on that third pairing defenseman that are out there. They're not getting the kind of ice time that they need to absorb. So yeah, I expect at some point they'll probably give him some time to recuperate the odd game here and there. But he's dynamic. Like every time he touches the puck, coach, it's like he does something different every time with the puck. It's not like he's always putting on the same move. Like yesterday, that move he put on Crosby to get himself free, amazing. Just dynamic. Dynamic is the word I can come up with for him. And Montreal desperately needed somebody like that, somebody that could carry the puck, can make wise decisions, can be creative on the power play as well. And that's where the majority of his points will come from.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Of course, I just opened up the conversation about that. I'm not worried about his play. I'm not worried about his size. The kid always show up for me. Not worry about that one. That he's so smart. He realizes a lot of things. I'm not worried about Of course, he knows if the guy is 230 pounds, he's not going to push him down. But he knows how he can play. He's sick. He knows how he go angling. His hockey sense, his hockey IQ is so
Yeah.
smart. He's so good. Where he helping him. But again, Lennartson is a little bit like a rover and South Ball. He's a little bit the guy play as a forward and he want to give you more the great things and the bad things. And if you look about Quinn Hughes, his first year, 2 years at least in the NHL, you got the great Quinn Hughes, and you have sometimes you have a lot of bad Quinn Hughes also on the corner, everything like that. So for me, it's a part of learning for him. It's going to be not easy for him at some point. I'm just a little bit worried if they use him like they did for the last couple of games, the last two games, how he can carry on that schedule really demanding in NHL. But again, Lennartson is fun to watch, Mr. Tap. A2
Amazing.
is
Yeah.
always there. Uh, oh my God, Columbus, Mr. Tap hit 2 times.
The
The last
goalpost?
one, he hit the post on that one, an empty net. Woof, lucky
Oh,
about this
wow.
one. That Shinakov, he would love to see that replay. But anyway, just give you an Lennartson where he could be for the Montreal Canadiens. But it's fun to watch for me. I think he's going to be fine. He's going to be all right. It would be interesting what he's going to look like. Gary back in the house. Welcome back, Gary. Thanks so much for all the
Hey,
rights. We try to reach the 50. Great comments in the chat. Curtis, welcome back in the house. And the Energizer Bunny. Uh, yeah,
yeah, for
um,
sure.
you're right about that one. So be interesting, Mr. Tap, what happening about this. Now, Mr. Tap, the first line are back, but
But
11 points so far for the three players, 5 goals,
yeah.
6 assists. And it's not pretty.
No, it's not where they can be at. It's not where they left off last year, but I'm not overly concerned about them. A lot of times people count that those players out and don't give them the respect that they deserve. I think that all three of them are for real. I think that when the time comes, as the games build, their stamina will build as well, and they're going to be much more effective. And you said it earlier too, Coach. It's every night. It's a battle for them because they're always playing against the top lines from the opposing team. And you have to be very responsible there. You cannot. We saw a couple of instances where they did get trapped, and it led to 3-on-1s. And if you don't make if you don't back check quick enough, then you're going to give up a lot of opportunities. So they've made mistakes. They haven't gotten off to the best start. In all fairness, they didn't get a lot of ice time in the preseason because of all the shenanigans that were happening between those Ottawa and Toronto games. So, it's unfortunate. They're using these so far. These 4 games are their preseason games in my eyes, and but I'm not worried. I'm confident that they'll bounce back.
Yeah, Chiquan score for Capitals tonight, Mr. Tap. Capitals win 4 to
It's
3.
yeah.
A lot of good games. Fun to watch.
They had
Hockey
a
now is back.
they had a
For
beautiful dedication for Johnny Gaudreau tonight at the in Columbus. So that was great to see with the family all there and the players
Yeah,
and
I think they led
Monahan.
the 13 seconds with no winger at the beginning
Yeah,
of the game, by the way. So well done by them. Look, at the
yeah,
end of the day, okay, Caulfield is looking good. A 5 versus 5 sometimes is not there, but overall, Caulfield had 4 goals on 4 games. Uh, it's a good start for him. His shot percentage over 20 something. So overall, Caulfield
Mhm.
have a good start for Montreal. Suzuki does not play at the level it should be. A slow start for him.
Yet.
Percentage of face-off is at, I think it's 44, 47, but is below at 50. So he need to improve that department for him. His hockey defensive side, it's not bad at all. I'll be honest with you guys. They shut down Matthews' line. They shut
Hmm.
down um, Pasternak line. They have like one goal at Pasternak. All right. They shut down the line of the Ottawa Senators.
Ottawa,
And
Chuck
then they
Stutzel,
shut down yesterday the line of the Crosby.
Crosby.
Right. So it's, but Slafkovský, one goal, 3 assists, 4 points. It's not individual. It's not bad. It's as a line together. They are not there yet. Does it make sense? Like
Yeah, yeah,
they
they're
don't
not
create
clicking.
more opportunities. They make
Hmm.
mistake on yesterday to goal on the bad reaction on the offensive side. Uh, is that's what I feel. This is where I said our back, but we need more. We need a more intense more intensity of Slafkovský. Skate more. I think sometimes he watch more the game. I think he's not involved all the time. Work it sick example on the 60 minutes for Slafkovský. Suzuki sometimes he cheat on the game. Honestly, I see yesterday again he cheat on the game. Sometimes he tried to not to use the right way, the right play. His face-off need to improve. He's a playmaker of that line, Mr. Top. This is what Nizuki does. He's a playmaker of that line. He cannot drive that line. Both of them suffer, Slafkovský and Caulfield. So we need Nizuki come back. Cole Caulfield, I'm not going to complaining about him right now. He's 4 goals, Mr. Top. He got a lot of good
Yeah, a goal
opportunities.
scorer, right?
Right? Yeah, but I think you have like 14 shots already and 4 games. So you cannot complain about Cole Caulfield. Now, I would like him to be a little bit more, and he battled a little bit more. So I'm not going to complain. But the chemistry at the first line need to become a little bit more stronger um, to give the Montreal better chance to win. And at the end of the day, Mr. Tap, it's hard for Montreal when the second line does not work. So
Yeah, I'm not like I said. I'm not overly worried about the first line. I think that they have it in them to return to the same form and even more so. So I'm not overly worried. But you're right. At this point, it is what it is, and they have to look for solutions within themselves in terms of making sure that Suzuki does drive that line, right? If because if he doesn't get going, it's hard for the other two to really uh, be the catalyst on that line.
yeah, Nicholas, good comments. Luke Laforson, a good comment. Danny, welcome back in the house, by the way. So a lot of people, guys, comment very well about Sventing here. Really appreciate about that. We have a couple more subjects, Mr. Nota. We are almost at the end of the show. We'll be back tomorrow night, guys, at 8:30 p.m. With Marco Larby for the notebook of the show. Montreal Canadiens today, Evan Demidar, Mr. Nota, played today. And I follow Evan Demidov. Jeff
You
Gordon talk
sure
about
do.
Evan Demidov today. I just want to open Jeff Gordon have an interview on the LDS today, tonight, but he was on the YouTube channel, so you can see Jeff Gordon said, "Look, the case is frustrated for the Montreal Canadiens, but he signed a 1-year contract, and we have to let this play." So just give you an idea what the Montreal reaction, the Montreal Canadiens are. Now, of course, Mr. Tap, if they want to bring them up, he's going to said at the interview, well, yeah, we negotiate right now with the kids. Said we're going to bring them up, right? So maybe it's we don't know, but he's really Montreal is not very happy about the situation with Evan Demidov. But today, Evan Demidov played 13 minutes and 49 seconds. He scored on the first shift of the game for the team SK. They went on overtime
Beautiful goal.
3-2 or 4-3.
4-3, I think.
2 goals on the net for that. Now, if you look about 13:49, you say, wow, he played a lot of minutes. You know what, Mr. Attack, he could play 16 minutes. What happening? A good first period. Second period, on the 20 minutes, they have 11 minutes on penalties. both team, left and right. 5 minutes for a boarding. Then you have three minor 2 minutes. He does not play on power play. He does not play on PK. So on the 9 minute remaining, he played three shifts for 2 minutes something, if I can recall it. For the third period, Mr. Enortap, he played 6 minutes or something similar. So a great number for Theodore. And then you go to see, guys, the goal of Demidov yesterday. What a great wrist shot. He's coming to the board. He's going to cut in front of the
Great move
defenseman.
inside.
Coming there,
Yeah.
a quick release, guys. You're going to see the replay on that one of Demidov the next couple of seconds. So don't worry about that. But Demidov scored his fifth goal of the season. Played with Plavkinov. And then he with Kuznetsov. Randenberg. I don't know why he does not play on the power play, but it is what it is. Power play on the SKA does not looking good anyway. But great performance of him yesterday from Demidov. You're going to see the replay again right there. Right there. He's coming to the blue line. You see the open up, the eyes right there. Look, if you look at his head, he never looked the puck, Mr. Enortap. A quick release
No.
there. And be the goaltender on the blogger side. And that
Well, it was
his fifth goal.
it was a great read because he saw Kuznetsov take the two defensemen with him, so he brought the puck inside and took a great snapshot. That was a fantastic goal for him. Yeah,
Like
talented.
I said, I watch everything. You can follow me, guys, on my X account, on the X, Twitter account, Coach Frenchy 10X. Look for Habs Nation. I create a lot of contents now over there. I write about it, my takeaway after each game. I write about all the prospect every day, the schedule and the result of each one of them. And I'm getting more followers. A lot of people follow me, so it's very interesting. Mr. Enortap. Yesterday, I was the first one to put this online, the goal of Demidov, and it was reposted. It was everywhere on the Twitter account to see that. So it's fun to see the
Good job, Coach.
Demidov about this. You're welcome. I have a couple of people in the chat. Danny.
Oh, Danny's here. Hello,
yeah,
Danny.
Danny's around here. Sebastian, where are you?
Welcome.
Sebastian's not there tonight. About that, I consider to read everything in the chat. Randy AK is in the house also. And then everybody look at right there. So that's a blame Mr. Enortap on this one. I need to come back right here for Evan Demidov. And I'm going to give you a little bit more information. Mr. Enortap, finish the show. We're not to go to the clash tonight. I take easy on you, Mr. Enortap. I don't want to, last week it was really hard for you on the clash. So this week will be really easy.
Never.
And what happening at the clash, Mr. Enortap?
We are going to say absolutely or not at all.
You're absolutely about this, Mr. Enortap. The St. Blues scored the first goal of the night. Matthew Joseph, ex-Ottawa Senator, scored his first goal of the season. Assisted by who? Philippe Robert. Robert, Mr. Enortap, had 3 assists so far.
Yeah. He's been playing well so far. He's made quite the adjustment. It could be a great signing that they made.
Great point about that. N26, I agree with you about everybody in the chat constantly talking about fun conversation. Keep up with your great work, sir. And the chat, difficult to follow everyone, guys. So the club is out of the first one. Do you think we're going to have one Montreal Canadiens players with 1 point per game average, so 82 points at the end of the season? Absolutely,
it'll be close. I'm gonna say not at all. I think we'll fall slightly short. I can see maybe 80 for Suzuki, but I don't see anybody picking up 82 plus points.
Okay, now I'm going to give you that direction, Mr. Enortap. Caulfield, Suzuki, and Slafkovský should lead the number of the point at the end of the year. Are you agree with me?
The line, the first line.
The 3 players going to lead the Montreal Canadiens with the most point at the end, like 80.
Yes,
70.
absolutely.
Okay. Now, I want
Yeah,
you to give me the standing of the three player. Who's going to have the most point, the second most point, and the third most point?
I think Suzuki has the most points. It'll be followed by I think both Slafkovský and Caulfield will be very, very close. I'll go with Caulfield second and Slafkovský third, but I think they're going to get 60 plus for sure, all three of them.
Great point about that. Well, I agree with you. Not allowed, first of all, for that. But I would say to you, Slafkovský is going to have more point at Caulfield.
Yeah, I think it'll be very close, right? Because I think Slafkovský, I mean, we're starting to see him rise slowly, and he had a great year last year I think he finished with 50 points. So I can see him getting 60, 65, but I mean, don't count Caulfield out. He'll be right there with him.
Perfect. Number two, Mr. Enortap. After 4 games, do you believe Montreal finished still at the bottom of the Atlantic Division?
Oh,
I just turned
goodness.
the heat a
Yeah.
little bit higher,
Yeah,
Mr. Enortap.
yeah. I mean, I mean, the immediate answer is yes, but you know what? I still think at the beginning of the year, I made the prediction they'd finish seventh in the division. And there's going to be a logjam there too, between, I'd say, the sixth, maybe even the fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth teams. They'll be within 5 points of each other. But so finish bottom, I'll say not at all.
Absolutely. They're going to finish at the
Okay.
bottom, Mr. Enortap.
Hard to predict, right? Because we don't know what's going to happen at trade deadline time. We don't know what's going to happen with injuries. But if
Yeah,
if
but
everything stays if everything stays
that's the
like it is
purpose
right
of all the
now,
team in NHL, right, Mr. Enortap? But
well,
for what
exactly,
I
yeah.
see so far, Mr. Enortap, I predict this at the beginning of the season. I see the same thing. The lack of the defensive. Uh, the goaltender is not going to be like Montembeau at the first game. The lack of the second line. The top six forward is not there. And everybody said Patrick Laine will be back in 2-3 months, guys. I agree with all of you. Maybe take 2 months, maybe 3 months. But the
It
most
takes a long
difficult
time to
things in
recover.
NHL, Mr. Enortap, is always to join a team at the middle of December or January because you have 3-4 months behind of the other players. The shape of the player, Mr. Enortap, at the peak of the season is really there at the January. Make sense? Like February. So the players
Yeah,
show up at the season is almost like he's running after everyone to catch up the shape of the everyone. So it will be really hard for Laney. So don't expect to have a very big difference for Patrick Laney and the team. Now, he's going to increasing a couple of things and overall, more depth on the second line. Maybe the power play be again better, but still, I think for me, that's not changed my prediction at the bottom for the Montreal Canadiens. So a lot of things in the chat consisted talking each other. I love it. Don't forget, please click on like. The last one, Mr. Tap. I do. I still. I turn the heat a little bit more, Mr. Tap. But it's not
turn it
like
up,
hot,
turn it
hot.
up.
Do you split the first line to helping Kirby Doc?
Right now, I'd say not at all. I think if the suggestion I made earlier were to be implemented, then at least that gives you an opportunity for that second line to get going. I think that that first line has to sort of they're coming along, but I think that they need a little bit more time to stay together themselves. If they were probably ripping the league apart right now, I'd say, well, maybe you bring one of them down to give an added offense to that second line, but they're not doing that themselves to any great extent. So allow them to work as a unit for a longer stretch of time. And let's find a different answer for the second line right now. So I'll say not at all.
I
I know
think they
you're going to
have.
go opposite.
I think they have two. It's not that. I think they have to.
Uh,
Now, when I said that, not because helping the Newhook-Dach, I think I should change the question for helping the Montreal Canadiens to balance better the second line and to play again opponent team. I think right now they have no chemistry, Armia, Newhook, and Doc. And I understand you bring Devil Rack earlier, or you bring Josh Anderson, Mr. Tap. We bring two players are not top six over there. Now, I think if you split the both line, you're hurting a little bit the first line, but you're helping the second line. So I think it would be more balanced on the top six, and that will helping a little bit more the Montreal Canadiens. Now, who can be on the, they
okay,
talk always
I
the
have
chemistry, Slafkovský and Doc
two
together.
questions. Two questions for you, Coach. If you do that, who do you bring down? And number two, who do you put on that first line?
I'm going to surprise you.
Go
I'm
ahead.
going to bring Newhook on the first line.
Ooh, Coach. I don't
Yep.
know. I don't know. I don't
Yep.
like that.
You know
Now
what?
you have no size. Now you
No,
have no
wait
size.
a minute. The reason I would bring Newhook is to spark him. Now it said no, keep him, but spark him. Like exactly what they did with Josh Anderson or something. They gave him responsibilities. Josh Anderson get better quick. Now, at the short term, just spark him. Try to, you know what? Prove us to us. That's not what, Mr. Tap. It's easy. Say, you know what? Go back on the third line, Mr. Newhook. And then bring back Josh Anderson at the top. I think Josh Anderson, the way he play right now, on the top six forward, I
Uh,
will not be surprised over there. You can have Josh Anderson, Slafkovský, and Newhook-Dach, Mr. Tap, 6'3", 6'3", and 6'4". That
you're talking about the second line.
I'm talking about the second line. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's I'm talking about the second line over there.
So if you bring up Anderson on that second line, okay, you have some height there. You're thinking of putting Newhook onto the first line, which now means you have a very small line up there, and that's going to
But
create some
the
issues.
spot, Mr. Tap, it's like everybody talk about, you know, it's not the same thing anymore, the hockey. It's about speed, Mr. Tap. It's not about you need,
Yes, you're right, but when you're the first line and you're
yep,
facing the opposing team's first line,
yep.
if you look at usually their centermen and their wingers, at least two
But
out of the
Mr. Tap,
three,
Slafkovský
they're
does not
huge.
make a big fan on the first line. It's Zuski run the show on the defensive side at the end of the day. He shut
Absolutely.
down opening that. My point, Mr. Tap, for New Hook, I don't set it's a 20 game with him, and I just spark the players. Does it make sense? Like my mission to put New Hook there. It's just to spark the players to see. You know what? I give you everything right now. For the coach, I do this. Why? Because after that, say, look, Alex, I give you 3 games. You played 9 games with the second line and 3 games. It's time to go to the line or the third line right now. And then I open over there. You know what? I will bring you another player surprise you on the first line. Amen and amen.
Yeah, Heinemann's gotten off to a decent start. I like the fact that he's got good speed. He's not afraid to use his body. It's not a bad solution. I like that more than Newhook on the first line. Yeah.
Yeah. But ici, PLW, you look about the 31% of Zuski for Zuski. How many goals they got score against the best line for opponent team at PLW?
Yeah, and considering that they lost, he hasn't been great on the faceoffs the dot, and they're still keeping the players off the sheet. That's pretty impressive.
Yep. So that would be, when they say it's been 4 games, give them 10 before we start thinking about change. It's not like the app are going anywhere this year. It would be fun if the team was expected to go deep in the playoff. I don't say to change right now, but Bob's, if you want to win, you cannot win with what they are right now. If you wait 10 games and they are 3-6-1, do you think Martin Saint-Louis is going to wait 10 games before he make a change? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I get what Bob's saying. It's 4 games. Let's not sweat it out, especially since they did go 2-2.
Exactly.
Regardless of how they played. But the point being, as soon as you start seeing a pattern and that's slowly emerging, for me, I think that the biggest need is to address that second line as it stands, just to get them going and get some supplementary secondary scoring going. Because as we said before, if they're not putting the puck in the net, it's going to cause a lot of issues. You're losing those battles, and right now, fortunately, the third and the fourth line are chipping in and getting, bottom line scoring, which helps them stay in these games. And so let's see where it goes. Again, personally, I would not touch that first line right now. Give them another, uh, you know, I'd say 10 to 15 games together. I think that they're going to turn things around very quickly.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that for sure. Again, like I said,
I understand. Yeah.
it's not like the rush, but if something
Yeah.
happening the next 5 game example and nothing changed on the second line, don't be surprised he
Yeah.
will make some change. He does not hesitate right away, Mr. Sometimes he already did it,
Yeah.
right?
He's done it between periods. Yeah.
Exactly. And then Bob said, "Yeah, but they try to win, Bob. They don't. Martin Saint Louis is not trying to lose game. So if you see something, he will make a change. He will not hesitate to make a change for that part of there. So that's the reason behind that. And I think that's the effect possible. Again, we have a rebuilding team, Mr. Antap, where a team is going to be at the bottom and NHL again 1 more year. That's the part who they are. And they are 1 year, Mr. Antap, before we see a dramatic change inside of the roster for the Montreal Canadiens. I'm going to say the word dramatic. When I said that, Mr. Antap, don't be surprised. Armia, Savard,
Yeah.
Devorak, Vesada,
Dvorak. Yeah.
and Evans. All 5 could be gone. Don't be surprised, Mr. Antap. Primo could be gone.
Yeah.
That's number 6. And could be Gallagher or Anderson could be out
Possible.
of the Montreal Canadiens also about this. And that would change everything. Now, next season, Mr. Tap, we expect, in my opinion, Mayu,
On
Rebecca is going to
defense. Yeah.
knock the door. I think Primo
Uh,
Gaunt Tobesh will be there. Dimitar will
yeah.
be there for the Montreal Canadiens. Beck will be very close. And then you have the case of Michael Edge. If you're going to start with the
One more year.
Montreal or you're going to say NCAA. And
Yeah.
said that. And again, another player is going to be with not Montreal, Minnesota, will be RHP. I don't see Montreal keep him next season. It would be let go
Eh,
about that. Bring that, Mr.
yeah.
Tap. I will add one more thing. I think next year they will sign a UFA. Said that. I don't set a bottom 6. I don't set a top 6. I don't set. And the Montreal, I'm going to have a full year of Patrick Laine, like if he's not hurt, to be a part of Montreal Canadiens.
Right.
So this is going to be a year where they're going to change everything. They will be the foundation at the long term for the Montreal Canadiens. You're going to see approximately 13, 14 players, and that team are going to be there for a long time. And the year after that, this will be the cement of the Montreal Canadiens. You're going to reach 18, 17, 18 players, and then you're going to looking about what is missing. Tomorrow night at the show with Marco tomorrow, we're going to go back with at Ramus Anderson. Tomorrow night, guys, we're going to talk with
It's a it's a good opportunity
for the
for
Montreal
Montreal if
Canadiens.
they
And we're
if they
going
can
to
make
look
it
at,
work.
I'm going to take a time to looking about which players other than fact Ramus Anderson could help in the Montreal on the right defenseman. Um, the opposite of Ramus Anderson, everybody say, oh yeah, but still have 2 years or anything like that. The key is the Calgary decide to move on the
Into a rebuild.
rebuild completely, right? I think they're going to
Yeah.
trade 2 extra players. Ramis Anderson could be one of them. I don't know. Randy is still there. I can talk
Yeah,
about this, and I think it
Randy's
would go to be Kadri, like you said.
Kadri could, and wouldn't be surprised if maybe he finds his way back to Colorado.
Um, Gary said, "Oh, if we remove 4 or 5 return next season and we add new players, I think we might take a 2 step back. What do you think?" I don't think so, Gary. The most part we talk about this, Gary, are the bottom six, Mr. Tap, and if Savard
Hmm.
leave, is the bottom pairing. So you're not losing the skill and the talent. You're losing just the 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 dead wood or the dead wood, like the people is not there. So I think that would be the way I see that.
Yeah,
PW,
and
Ramis
I s-
Anderson make no sense if the ad has been so strong with the huge pipeline in defense. Interesting, PLW, give me one
but not on the
defenseman
right
Montreal
side.
Canadiens can play on the first pairing right now. PLW on the right side. Don't give me Kaden Coley is a left defenseman. So give me
Yeah,
one defenseman, PLW, as a right defenseman, play like Ramis Anderson.
and we're not as deep as we think there either. I know there's a couple of very promising prospects in Mayu and Engstrom eventually, but until we see it at the NHL level, we have to reserve judgment. Right now, they're not clicking, especially on the right side.
Now, PLW compare Ramis Anderson to John for Jonathan Kovacevic, Mr. Tap.
No, not at all. Absolutely not. Maybe
So the right person.
size
Uh,
wise, I would say.
Everything that'll be interesting what happening about that. So a lot of conversation going to get bring us tomorrow, Mr. Tap, on that show for sure. That will conclude the show tonight. I don't know if you want to add something else
No,
on that one.
I, I think overall, coach. I know we emphasized a lot of the areas that need some addressing, but overall, we're at 2-2. There's going to be areas that we have to be relatively happy with in terms of our progress, and there's some good stories that are emerging. Not the least of which is Hudson, but you can look at guys like Gallagher and Evans, Heineman, that have really stepped up in the process. I think Caulfield scoring is a positive. You look at Gooley; he's been absolutely amazing in these 4 games. Matheson has been Matheson, so no complaints there. So it's just a matter of addressing those deficiencies that are there right now. And the problem is we don't have the depth to address it at this stage. But I'm sure that Hughes is looking at alternatives, and he may address it in the not too distant future.
You're absolutely about that, Mr. Nata. Will be interesting what happening tomorrow night. Of course, we'll be with Marco Larabie and Montreal Canadiens return on the ice Thursday night again. The Los Angeles Kings. There'll be this is a playoff team. We know Los Angeles Kings have some kind of bad news with Dottie out. New goaltender Quamper. They make some kind of change with the trade PL Dubois on the summer, Mr. Tap, and will be
Big move.
exactly. If you have a chance tonight, Mr. Tap, to watching the game now, Edmonton versus Michkov. I was a couple of, I didn't watch Michkov full game. So tonight I'll have an opportunity to watch a Madrid Michkov draft. Scott Wheeler did the draft of the 2023 Mr. Tap, and he said, Rebecca, if they do the same draft, it would be 15, not 5.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's unfortunate his injuries have sidelined him and brought his development behind schedule, but I still have faith.
Yep. Bob said the right things tonight, Mr. Nata. Bob said at the end, I think that's far too many ads fans have unrealistic expectation of the speed of the development of the team, young player and prospect. It takes time and more
Takes
time
time.
to build a winner team, Mr. Enortap. This is the
We
end
say
of
that
this
all
show,
the
Mr.
time.
Habs. He is right about this. Bottom 8. We draft Marco Misa. And we're going to get the playoff in 2027, 2028. 25, 26, 27. 26, 27.
Sounds
We'll
good,
see.
Coach.
It was a pleasure to be with you, Mr. Top, tonight, but we cannot leave you without
Pleasure's
telling
all
you
mine.
and remind everybody that's who he are.
You are
Yes.
awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
We want to thank moderator Run with Kings and following by Jose Duarte and Danny T is in the house tonight. Mr. Tap, another
The
good
Leaf
performance of Enortap with the Hockey Nation show Ab Nation tonight. And we wish you an amazing, great night, everybody. Be well, be healthy, find a way not only to dominate your day, or find a way to dominate the second app or what, Mr. Enortap?
You're 2024.
He did it again. I will see you Sunday night, Mr. Enortap, for the weekly report next Sunday.
Sounds good, Coach. Thank you. Good night, Hockey Nation.
Thanks so much, Mr. Enortap. Good night. Here we go, guys. This concludes the show tonight. We want thanks everybody in the chat. Thanks so much. Don't forget to be back tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. with Marco Larabi for the notebook. What a great fun to be with Mr. Enortap. I love to work with Marco, but I love also working with Mr. Enortap. And I love to be with all of you every single night. Yes, you bring the joys of my life and the happiness that you are here with me. Until the next time, booyah!